Hujambo, brothers and sisters, YouTube family, viewers and subscribers. I want to speak briefly about the situation that's going on right now in Libya. For those of you who watch the news or keep up with the news, you should know that our brothers and sisters over there in Libya are in bondage right now. They're in slavery. Now, the brothers and sisters that are in slavery, they were migrants. I'm not for sure what nation they came from, or even as to why they even went to Libya. But I would suspect that they went to Libya seeking a better life, when in all actuality, they went there and now they are a conquered people by their Arab masters. And why I'm on the subject, why I'm thinking about that, this is to my Muslim brothers and sisters out here. When us black folk think about the slave master's religion, or when you hear the term slave master's religion, we immediately think about Christianity and what the white man gave us when our ancestors were brought here to America. That's what we tend to think about. But we fail to think about Islam, because you should know and understand, if you know history, that before the white man had us captive and in bondage, our ancestors were in bondage by Arabs. Our ancestors were in bondage by Arabs and made to take Islam as a religion. So let's just not condemn or have Christianity as the oppressor's religion, because Islam is very much the oppressor's religion as well. So that's just some food for thought for my Muslim brothers and sisters out there who are watching this video. Now let's talk about Libya for a minute. Libya, at this current time right now, Libya is destabilized. And Libya has been destabilized for quite a while, ever since the Western powers assassinated Muammar Gaddafi. The nation hasn't been the same ever since. And see, the thing is, our news sources here, the Western media, you should not pay too much emphasis to Western media. And that's something that we, as citizens, have been conditioned to do. Anything that the Western media says, anything that CNN says about someone, anything that ABC says, NBC or CBS, anything that they say, it must be truth. It must be factual. It must be on point. But the truth of the matter is, that type of news is watered down. And the Western media lets you know what they want you to know. They don't ever give you the full truth of anything. I mean, the Western media, the things that they tell us, you have to take it with a grain of salt. You have to. You can't believe everything it tells you. They tell you what they want you to know. They tell you what they want to tell you. And usually it's watered down information. Food for thought. If you want real news, here's two sources for you to check out. Go to the internet, check out Infowars.com, and check out PrisonPlanet.com. Infowars.com, PrisonPlanet.com. That's the real news. They'll give you the news how it should be given. That's some watered down version of what the Western media wants you to know. Okay? So, but yeah, Libya, ever since Gaddafi's assassination, it's gone downhill. But as far as Gaddafi goes, we've been told that Gaddafi and other madmen had to be taken out because they were perceived as threats. And by you inundating yourself with Western media, you are thinking what they're feeding you, that Gaddafi was a threat, and other dictators of color are threats to Western welfare, when in all actuality, the powers that be that run the West, those are the people that you should be worried about, okay? Those are the ones that are threats to us and threats to humanity, not people like Gaddafi and Kim Jong-un and other so-called dictators, all right? But they had everyone thinking that he's the big bad boogeyman and he has to be eliminated. And when he was assassinated, not many people had much sympathy for him at all. They're like, well, he got what he had coming, because he was over there slaughtering his own people, killing the citizens of Libya. You know, I find it quite interesting how Western news and Western media can always paint an ugly picture of what's going on in other regions of the world, in other countries with their leaders, but they're very slow to say what they do here in America to its citizens. You know, very hypocritical, I think. But yeah, I'm gonna tell you the real reason why they killed Gaddafi. The real reason why they killed Gaddafi was in the process of getting together with other African nations. Because see, you have to understand this right here. Prior to Gaddafi's assassination, Libya was probably the most stabilized nation in the continent of Africa. It had a very high literacy rate. It was far more wealthier than what you would think it is, or was, I should say. But now it's a destabilized region. It's all gone to shit, so to speak. But the reason why the Western powers felt that Gaddafi was a threat and had to be eliminated was because Muammar Gaddafi was in the process of getting together with other African leaders. And what they wanted to do was form their own version of the USA, the United States of Africa. Okay, the United States of Africa. And what they were going to do was they were going to get together and they were going to keep other countries like Europe, like the United States, like China, who was presently, they had their foot in Rwanda, and not Rwanda, I'm sorry, and Mozambique, where Robert Mugabe was just ousted. He was overthrown, the government over there. They were attempting to keep other nations out of Africa and keep them away from Africa's resources. Now, if you knew anything about Africa's resources, you would know that a lot of things that are indigenous to Africa, unless the West have those things, it can pretty much shut down the whole country. Okay? First of all, rubber trees. Where you get your rubber from, rubber bands or anything else that's made out of rubber, it's indigenous to Africa. You can't find them anywhere else but Africa. What would happen if what they wanted to accomplish was actually accomplished? Wow, that would be a hell of a thing, because a lot of things, a lot of products that we use are made out of rubber. Also, you got cobalt, then you have other minerals indigenous to Africa that are needed in order to operate many things here in the West, including your airplanes. Without these things, you wouldn't be able to have airplanes or operate your airplanes. You wouldn't be able to even use your cell phone without these things. So the West would be in a hell of a mess if Gaddafi had succeeded in his plans. So I guess to the powers that be, he was a threat that had to be eliminated. So they killed him. They killed him, and I hope the Obama administration is very happy about that, especially you, Hillary Clinton. Y'all had a hand in it. So, but yeah, ever since Gaddafi was murdered, that whole country has pretty much gone to hell in a handbasket. And I pretty much guarantee you, if Gaddafi was still in power, the brothers and sisters over there, they would not be in slavery right now. They would not be in bondage, because Gaddafi would be riding with that. That would not be happening. He was one of the righteous Arab brothers. Okay, so that would not have been happening had he still been in power. You know, so. But I tell you what, though. Now, this is just my own opinion, my own thoughts. You can leave me your thoughts and opinions in the comment section if you like. But ask yourself this question. Given the current racial tensions that we are experiencing right now here in the United States of America, could what is happening in Libya, could that happen here? Could what is happening in Libya right now as I speak, could that very well happen here in America? Keep in mind, my people were once slaves here in this country. So slavery is a very real thing. And you got, unfortunately, a lot of brothers and sisters out here that are still asleep in their slumber and they're dreaming about their American slice of the pie and what I can get and the things that I can do and things of that nature. Materialistic things, more or less. Okay? Instead of thinking about the present conditions of your people here in America and what's really going on with our people here in America. We are lost, family. I mean, there's no other way to put it. We are lost, and we need to wake ourselves up real quick, fast, and in a hurry. Don't think for 1 minute that what's happening in Libya can't happen here. It can't happen here. It can't happen here, and it will happen. Mark my words. It will happen. Look, if y'all pay real close attention, and a lot of our people are not paying attention, and this goes for white people too. There's a lot of people, period, regardless of color or creed or nationality, that are walking around asleep. You need to wake up and pay attention to your surroundings. They are building FEMA camps in front of you, in your very eyes. And you don't even know what it is. The only thing you see is a building being built with no signs. They are preparing for your slavery. Oh yeah, FEMA camps are popping up everywhere. All y'all gotta do is pay attention and see things with your third eye and listen with a third ear, and you'll know and you will see what's going on. But like I said, we're too asleep to see what's going on, to even care what's going on. But I tell you what, y'all had better wake the fuck up and care what's going on, because what's going on in Libya right now, unless we hurry up and become conscious about what's going on in our surroundings, it's going to happen here. It's going to happen here. Once again, these are my thoughts. Give me your thoughts in the comment section. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Get my jazz on. Peace and blessings. Go ahead.